Hello everybody, and welcome to today's video, which is all about journal prompts. Now, I get the question all the time, pretty much whenever I show a picture of me journaling in the morning. What the heck, Karin, do you do for journaling? What do you write down? What's helpful to you? And so today in this video, I'm going to reveal all of that. Okay? Actually, I'm going to reveal 3 different types of journaling that I vary up on a regular basis because my brain likes novelty, which I've talked about before. My brain likes to do different things, and so I give it that novelty whenever it needs it. So let's talk about 3 different journal prompts that I do, okay? One is I write a goal at the top of my journal, and then below it, I write all of the reasons why it is impossible that I cannot possibly accomplish that goal. Now, I know what you're thinking, like, Karin, this is nuts. Isn't journaling supposed to be like inspiring? Aren't you supposed to do affirmations and write down all the good things about yourself? Yes, maybe not so much. At least that's never worked for me, and that type of journaling is somewhat used in the research, but not as often as you think. Here is why I journal on all the reasons why I cannot reach my goal. I know that those reasons are somewhere inside of my mind. And so I know when it comes to actions that I would need to take in order to take steps towards that goal, those reasons are going to be what derails my behavior. So for example, I have a goal this year of becoming a tidy person. A couple days ago, I was journaling about it, and one of the things that I wrote down is this fixed mindset I have that I am just a naturally messy person, and that's never going to change. Now, if I believe I'm a naturally messy person, that's never going to change, and I see a mess in my house, guess what? I'm not going to be very motivated to take the action to fix it, because basically I'm telling myself it doesn't matter if I fix it, I'll just mess it up again, I'm going to be messy forever. However, by getting that thought out in my daily journaling, I can start to actually bring it to the surface and make adjustments to that thought. I can start to create new intentional beliefs. Belief planning and belief choosing is something that I'm not going to explain in this video, but we do have activities on it in Alliance Coaching. So if you're struggling to build new beliefs about yourself, that might be a resource to look into. Okay? So that is activity number 1 I do in my journal, which is that I write down a goal at the top of the paper, and then I analyze and list all the reasons why I cannot achieve it. Okay? Journal type number 2 that I do is desire journaling. Okay? Desire journaling is when I ask myself, what do I really want? And I ask myself that question in reference to a few different periods of time. I ask myself, what do I want today? What do I want this week? What do I want this month? And what do I want this year? Sometimes if I'm feeling really into it, I'll go like, what do I want in the next 5 years? The reason I want to get clear on this is because I often have desires that I'm not necessarily pursuing. So for example, one thing that recently came up for me is that I wanted a more concrete work-life balance. I wanted to separate what I was doing with Body Brain Alliance and the ease and play and have a solid boundary between that and the rest of my life. Now, because I want that, I can look at my day-to-day behaviors and ask myself, hey, if I make this choice to check out of work at the right time or at the time I have on my schedule, then in that case, I'm going to be fulfilling this thing I really want. Now, there's a lot of research that shows that rising our intrinsic motivation, improving our desire to have the behaviors that we're enacting, that can be really, really positive and really helpful. And so journaling about all the things I want helps me connect the tiny daily habits that are in my life with what I'm hoping for in my life as a whole and beyond this individual mode. Okay, so that is journal tip number 2, is to try journaling about what you want. What do you want today? What do you want this week? What do you want this month, this year, and in the next 5 years? And by the way, make sure you're journaling on the little things as well as the big things. It's not just that I want to have a life where I contribute to the help of others. It's also like, I really want an ice cream cone on Thursday with sprinkles on it when I go pick my partner up from work. Those types of things matter too. Okay, last type of journaling that I do here is something called thought analysis. So what I do is I write down a thought. I write down the feeling that it makes me think when I think that thing, and then I think about the actions I might take as a result of that feeling. So for example, if I write down the thought, I don't want to work out today, then the feeling I'm having is resistant or unmotivated or irritated, and the action that I'm going to take is not going to the gym. Now, if I find myself with an action that I don't actually want in my life, I will find a new thought that can generate a new feeling that can generate the action that I want. This is basically a mix between cognitive flexibility and cognitive diffusion, which is recognizing that our thoughts are thoughts and not facts. And it can be really, really important for behavior change, and it's something we train all of our Alliance coaching clients on pretty intensely throughout the program. So those are my 3 types of journaling that I do. Sometimes I do other stuff, but for the most part, it's one of those 3 things. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you try one of them out, and I will see you in the next video.